Have you ever got hyped over something? Hype is a double-edged sword. If a product meets your hype, then good. If not, then it will get blown out of proportions by the internet users, and the good grace that was built up by the creator will be lost. Here, we have Cyberpunk 2077, a game so well known for the wrong reasons. It shattered the goodwill that was built by the Witcher franchise into a million pieces. But we're not going to talk about this game, but its spin-off that probably, single-handedly, saved the franchise. The setting needs no introduction. If you're not into the cyberpunk aesthetics, then this anime is not for you. But when you stay, you are welcomed by a dark, gloomy city, where the somberness can only be escaped by the cold, bright neon lights. Kind of like your RGB PC setup, the Night City is not just a backdrop, but a dynamic setting that is almost its own character. If Night City is a person, when he comes up to you and slaps you, you have no other choice but to say thank you. The city is unrelenting. Dreams, ambition, safety are all chewed up and spat out by this city. They live in a society. I couldn't resist. We are constantly reminded that if you want a happy ending, you're looking for it in the wrong city, which is a perfect setting for the Studio Trigger is infamous for having a bombastic start and their characters go to space at the end. And for Cyberpunk Edgerunners, they have a bombastic start and their characters go to space after. It's a journey that counts, right guys? David Martinez is a bright student that has a promising future ahead of him, if he was in any other city. But after tragically losing everything due to unfair circumstances, he decides to equip the military-grade cybernetics that he found, that gives him the power of a Quicksilver montage. But this cybernetic was supposed to go to this gang leader, Main, who really reminds me of Barrett from Final Fantasy VII, and he wasn't very happy about it, kind of like Barrett. But David wanted to be part of his gang. After proving himself GTA style, he starts forming this bond with the members, and they are all unique and memorable. But happy moments do not last. This is Night City after all. Cyberpsychosis is a phenomenon that happens when the amount of cybernetics exceeds your brain's capacity. Kind of like playing Cyberpunk with insufficient RAM. What happens is that just like the PC, your brain just crashes. But because of the weight of overwhelming pressure, David equips more and more cybernetics because in his words, he is built different. I'm not making this up. But this plays perfectly going into David's arc, which is essentially a coming-of-age story. David has a stronger resistance to cybernetics, but that's it. Other than that, he's filled with immature conceit. When we were younger, we were once like David, thinking we can change the world. But just like how our world reminds us, Night City eventually reminds David and everyone else that dreams that we are not special. Sheesh, talk about bleak. But man, this show is pretty. You can really feel the love of Studio Trigger from every nook and cranny of this show. And because they had to work around the canon of Cyberpunk 2077, they had to dial back the spectacle and it led to some creative scenes. The Sandevesta slow-mo effect and cyberpsychosis are a great example. It's crazy how their style really complements the cyberpunk aesthetics. Their high-energy animation goes well with the game's driving mechanics too. Aside from this, Trigger made Studio Trigger once said,
"The lolly must stay."
So I'm gonna have a segment for waifus. I'll be honest, Trigger has perfected the waifu design concept to a T. And Edgerunners is not an exception, so let's talk about substance. Otherwise it will devolve into hoo waifu cute. My personal favorite is Lucy. Sorry Rebecca fans, Lucy is best girl. Lucy represents what could have been if you look past your ambitions and just see what's really important. Lucy's development is bittersweet. Her goal evolves from wanting to escape Night City into David's safety. But as the city gives, it also takes. Lucy was only able to have one of her wishes granted. Even that felt empty knowing that she wanted David with her on the moon. And this bittersweetness is what makes Lucy best girl. And yeah, her design just screams, yes ma'am, I really want to stay at your house. Okay Trigger, I see what you're trying to do with Rebecca. She really cares for David. She is one of the first persons to notice David's problems and she is always there for him. Even though this best girl race is decided in favor of Lucy, Rebecca refuses to give up, not in a cringy way. And our girl is a fighter, and her goal became that she just wanted to be there for David. But the city didn't grant this wish either, solidifying the statement, if you want a happy ending, you're looking for it in the wrong city. Cyberpunk 2077 as a franchise has gotten a second win after the release of this anime. People are replaying the game, trying it out for the first time, or modding the game to add anime characters. It's a testament to how great the show is, and we can all learn a valuable lesson from this. If your franchise is failing, let Trigger insert waifus in it. Hey, what's up? Wanna subscribe? It'll help me get to the moon. Not really, but it'll be cool.